Hi, my name is Fatema Sumar, and I'm the author of The Development Diplomat. The Development Diplomat is a creative nonfiction book that speaks to both students of international public policy and current practitioners alike who want to see the world from a new lens. This book explores the intersection of money, bureaucracy, politics, security, language, emotional intelligence, and diversity in advancing development diplomacy. As someone who has traveled more than 750,000 miles around the world to dozens of countries as a diplomat, political aide, and development expert, I saw up close how we can make the world a better place. It takes both diplomacy and development. Now, most of us pick one of these lanes early in our international careers. We may not have had the chance to understand how development and diplomacy can really work together to reduce poverty at scale. I have a foot in both of these worlds and wrote this book to share inside stories and views of what really happens on the ground. In reading this book, you will receive a behind-the-scenes view of how diplomacy and development can come together to accomplish large-scale endeavors or fall apart in devastating ways. This includes personal stories of how I navigated raising 3 young kids with a career largely on the road. I share with you things I wish I knew when I was 25 years old about a career in international affairs. This is an up-close and personal view from the hallways of Washington, D.C. to capitals around the world. Here is our reality. The world is changing at a rapid clip. Whether we are confronting global pandemics like COVID-19, climate change, extreme inequality, or security challenges like the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, we are struggling to keep up and adapt. It's time to take a hard look at how we can work differently to meet these existential challenges. One way we can do this is through development diplomacy. We can work across the silos that traditionally separate foreign policy and international development to create the conditions for sustainable and inclusive economic opportunities to take root for millions of people. This book shares my stories working for 3 U.S. senators, including former Secretary of State John Kerry, as I shadowed him on his diplomatic missions to Afghanistan and Pakistan. It includes insights from working on transformative infrastructure and development deals in places like Tajikistan, Nepal, Mongolia, and Jordan. From the Himalayas to the Gobi Desert to the Aral Sea, the book will take you on a journey across Asia. The 2 coolest stories I share in this book take place in Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. They involve drinking hundreds of cups of tea in the presidential palace in Kabul to negotiate a way forward after the highly flawed 2009 elections, and navigating personal security threats in Sri Lanka as the country emerged from a traumatic civil war. You will love this book if you are fascinated by what it takes to put together strategic, diplomatic, and development deals behind the scenes, what it takes to juggle the demands of motherhood with a career on the road, how a first-generation immigrant came to represent the United States as a senior official. Inspired by my parents, this book is for anyone interested in creating a world free from the injustice of poverty. Consider some of the stories and lessons shared here so we can build the next generation of development diplomats. Ultimately, this book can help you pursue your own path in fighting poverty. You too can be the next development diplomat. My name is Fatema Sumar, and my book, The Development Diplomat, is about how we can work in new ways to fight global poverty.